I'm guessing you've heard about the gut microbiome and at least have some idea that a healthy gut means better overall health and poor gut microbiome health means poor overall health. But another microbiome you might not have heard about is the oral microbiome. That is equally as important as the gut microbiome because they're joined together and anything that you swallow is going to go into the gut. So if you have a lot of bad bacteria and other nasties in your mouth, it's going to go down into the gut, change the composition of the gut microbiome, it's going to mess with that and then mess up your overall health. Not to mention just how dangerous periodontal disease and poor gum and tooth and mouth health is anyway. So here's 6 things you can do to keep a very healthy oral microbiome with or without the dentist. And just as a side note, if you're going to use a dentist, which I think everyone should, go and find a biological dentist. They're trained in actual health, not just simple cleanings, but they understand that there's certain metals that we shouldn't have in our mouth, like amalgams, because it's mercury. They're trained to pull those things out, which is very important if you have them in, and they're just not going to bombard you with as many chemicals while also helping you improve your health. So just a side note there. So the first trick is the most boring one. It's our diet. What we eat has a huge impact on our mouth. If you eat a very healthy diet, you can even actually get away without brushing your teeth all that often and not even flossing, and you'll still have healthy teeth, gums, and oral microbiome. If you eat a diet full of sugar, chemicals, rancid seed oils, and all the other nasties and all the ultra-processed food and everything else, then you can brush your teeth 4 times a day and you're probably still going to run into trouble. So that's the first one. It's boring, but it's probably the most important of all. So next, we're going to run through some tools that everyone needs. So secret number 2, we need a tongue scraper. So a tongue scraper is important because in our tonsils and in the ridges of our tongue hide a lot of pathogens. Pathogens meaning the nasties, like nasty bacteria and fungus and whatever other things might be infecting us. And if we don't get rid of those, they form little colonies, they coat themselves in a biofilm, then our immune system can't get to them, but every time we swallow, some parts of it are breaking off, going to the gut and affecting it. So with a tongue scraper, these are like $10 on Amazon. You just stick your tongue out all the way, you go as far back as you can without it causing you to gag, and you scrape down and do about 3 to 5 passes. You want to do it with running water over the sink because you'll accumulate a lot of stuff there. It's quite incredible how much comes off. And you do that, rinse it, do it, rinse it, do it, rinse it like that. And I always do it before I brush my teeth, and then you've cleaned the tongue and you've stopped anything forming there. You can't do it on your tonsils, so anything that's accumulated in your tonsils you're probably going to be stuck with unless you find a biological dentist who can do some ozone treatment there, but that's a whole nother video. But anytime you have any kind of upper respiratory problem, whether it's just a little cold, whether it's flu, whatever it is, some of those particles and pathogens are going to hang around and form those colonies. So that's why a lot of these things I'm going to recommend today are going to help break that up. So it's especially important when you've been sick. So next, we want to get a water pick. You don't need to use floss if you have one of these. Fill it with filtered water. Do not use tap water because it's full of nasty chemicals. And then you start on the low setting, but once you've used it for a while, you can go to the high setting and it won't irritate your gums anymore. Basically, you turn it on, do it over a sink, hold your mouth open, it'll run and it'll shoot water really hard. Just get your whole mouth, hold it on certain bits, especially up the back if you have your wisdom teeth in like I do, and just do a few passes with it, holding it at each spot. It will clean out so much more food than floss is going to get for you. Well, that's tool number 2, trick number 3.
Hey there, I just wanted to let you know as a thank you for watching my video, I wanted to send you my free guide on the 13 foods to boost your mood. So you can click in on the link in the description if you want to download that. There's so many people watching this video who are probably suffering with gut health issues, and sometimes even just changing the foods we eat can make all the difference in the world. So that's my free gift to you. Please grab it, take advantage of it. Anyway, back to the video.
Trick number 4 is an electric toothbrush. Electric is going to clean the teeth and gums so much better than just a manual handheld one. What you've got to remember though, when you're using these, I forget this often too, I naturally want to start brushing. Once you turn it on, you just hold it in spots. Let the vibration, the electrics do the work, and let that do all the cleaning. So you just slowly move it and then hold it on the next spot, hold it on the next spot. You just take your time going all the way through, and you're going to get a far better clean and break up a lot of the nasties that are in there. 5th, we need a good quality toothpaste that's going to do the job, but isn't full of fluoride, metals, things like that. So this is an example of one. This is a brand called Theodent, and they actually make their toothpaste with, I believe it's called Reno. It's like a chocolate cacao kind of base. Tastes really good. They've got a bunch of research, this company, that shows that it beats fluoride-based toothpaste in dealing with plaque and things like that, but it's completely healthy for you. You can swallow it if you need to. Like I said, it tastes great, but you're not getting that toxicity of the fluoride. Now, you don't have to use this brand. Pick whatever fluoride-free brand you want, but try and find one that either remineralizes, but at the very least is free of those metals and chemicals. All the Colgates and those mainstream brands are just full of toxins, not just the fluoride, so you want to avoid them. And trick number 6, we want to get a nebulizer. You need a jet nebulizer that plugs in, not a handheld air nebulizer. It needs to have a mask because we want to get the mask all the way on like that. And then we're going to nebulize filtered down mixture of hydrogen peroxide. Why are we going to do this? Well, this helps break up a lot of those chronic pathogen colonies I talked about before that form after we get sick. Now, there's some great recipes out there. Dr. Thomas Levi shares his advice on this in his book called Rapid Virus Recovery. He's probably the master at this, so it's a great book to get. There's other doctors that show you how to do this. They've got their recipes online. And again, this isn't medical advice. You need to make the decision to do this yourself. This is just what I do. I take that 3% food grade hydrogen peroxide, either a quarter or a half teaspoon. I mix it with about 40 to 45 milliliters of saline solution. I put that all in a dropper bottle, keep that in the fridge. Then when I'm ready to nebulize, I get 2 or 3 big drops, like a full dropper, into the base of the nebulizer, plug it into the cord of the nebulizer. Then I get 1 or 2 drops, not full droppers, just 1 drop, 2 drop of the Lugol's iodine solution. That doesn't stay in the fridge. It doesn't stay in the mixture. You drop it in here once you've put your mixture in, put your mask on, hit the button, and you nebulize that hydrogen peroxide. It's going to kill anything that's alive that shouldn't be in your mouth, nasal cavity, and it'll often stop things going down into your lungs. So if you've been sick, Dr. Levi recommends doing it multiple times a day for 1 to 2 weeks, then once a day for another week or 2, and then for maintenance just once a week. And that's what I do. And if I feel a sniffle coming on, I'll do it definitely multiple times a day, or anyone in my family will do the same thing. So that's the 6 tips I've got for you to keep your oral microbiome healthy, which in turn will keep your gut microbiome healthy, which of course will give you a much better chance of not dealing with chronic health disease. So we have number 1, clean diet. Number 2, a tongue scraper. Number 3, a water pick. Number 4, an electronic toothbrush. Number 5, a fluoride-free, chemical-free, healthy toothpaste, preferably one that remineralizes. And number 6, we want to have a nebulizer and nebulize our hydrogen peroxide 3% food grade. So if you've got any questions on this, just leave a comment to this video and I'll gladly answer it for you. Of course, there are other things you can do. I didn't even put in there oil pulling. You get some coconut oil, mix some different essential oils in there for taste, like a peppermint or something else. Then you just swish it around your mouth for anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. You can do that every morning when you wake up. Then spit it out, because you don't want all the bacteria it's pulled to then be swallowed. Spit it in a trash can, not down the sink because it can clog it up. And that is also a fantastic way to keep your mouth clean. So there's a bonus 7th one for you. So I hope you found this all valuable. If this is the kind of stuff you like, don't forget to click subscribe on my channel so that you can make sure you get the latest video each time I release it, and let's get you back to your healthy best.